How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I'm going to be explaining how I doubled my stub count twice within the last week in MLB The Show 22. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, you might take a look at the stub count in the top left and think to yourself, 368,000 isn't really a whole lot, and that's because I haven't sold a lot of my investments. I'm going to be explaining some of my reasoning behind that in this video, as well as just talking about how I prepared for this exact type of thing to happen. Now, I did not know that we are going to get a stub sale on all platforms at the same time today, but that did happen. And I'm showing you some screenshots of some of these all-stars of the franchise prices before the stub sale was announced, before they took those packs and program away. So that way you can, in fact, see that I have doubled up my stubs. Now, I have sold off a few of these all-stars of the franchise cards. That is because we just got the brand new program, and I want to be able to purchase some of those cards. And because there is a stub sale, I'm glad I did that. However, I probably could have made a little bit more profit if I just waited until today. But I didn't know those types of things were going to affect the timing behind some of these profits. But as I was talking about in my previous video, I purchased about 60 of these all-stars of the franchise cards, and I ended up selling about 15 to 20 of them. That's how I was able to earn my 368,000 stubs in my inventory. But I have about 2.5 to 3 million stubs just chilling in investments. So I'm going to show that here in this video. This is the current market, right? This is where the market is at right now in this moment. And you can see that a lot of these all-stars of the franchise cards have gone up. Some of them have doubled, and some of them have kind of stayed where they're at, like Manny Machado and a couple of these other, maybe 95 overall cards, a couple guys that were right around 10K, some of the NL West pack players, things like that, right? There are factors that will affect those prices, and I would think eventually, as the week goes on, some of those cards will kind of catch up to where some of the other cards are at, or at least hit that 20K mark. But I also purchased about 130. I know I showed you 125 here in the screenshot. I actually purchased a few additional Takashi cards when they were right around 5,500 to 5,700 in the sell now category. I was putting up buy orders, and now these cards are at about 12,000. Now, I'm not going to sell these cards because I talked about it in my last video. I think we're going to get a Takashi collection, a collect 20 Takashi players, and that might feature a 99 overall Pedro Martinez. I'm hoping the timing works out for this, because if they were to release a Takashi collection, I would think these cards would actually double up or potentially even go closer to 30,000 stubs. And then once they release the collection, depending on how many you need, depending on if there is a third Takashi Choice Pack, those cards might drop down tremendously in price. So the timing there is probably a narrow window. When we take a look at my Future Star investment, I purchased 19 sellable Bobby Miller cards for about 10K, and now I could flip them for, about 50% profit or so. But at the same time, I think I only have about 9 or 10 days to sell these cards. If they release the Future Stars of the franchise back into the next program, right, the Dog Days of Summer program, then those cards are going to drop back down to their quick sell value. So I did talk about some of these investments when I ranked my top 5 investments. I'll go ahead and link that video in the comment section down below. Every single one of the ideas hit in some way. It's just a matter of timing, right? These toolbox players went up. These All-Star Game gloves have fluctuated in price. And to me, I'm thinking that right now some people are just selling off all of their investments because they realize there is a stub sale. They want to be able to get some of these brand new cards. That, to me, it might be a little bit more of a long-term investment. You might have to wait a couple weeks to a month before selling those All-Star Game batting gloves. Just depends on how long it will take for those to double or even triple up. But those are factors that are extremely difficult to predict. But anyway, that is my thinking behind some of these investments. That is how I was able to double up my investments twice. But I guess technically I haven't doubled my profits because I haven't sold and liquidated all of the cards that I have kind of stashed away in my bank. But I bought them all at quick sell value, so there's no possible way for them to go down. So that's kind of what I was talking about when I was trying to help everybody else prepare for this type of thing. But But that's going to do it for this video. I'm College Lefty, and hopefully I was able to help you out in some way. Hopefully you made a ton of stubs with this stub sale. And until next time, peace out.